Sometimes I forget make records, and participants in the middle of the webinar ask me, Elena, could you make a record? And I say, yes, sure. That's why today I decided to ask it by myself. So thank you, and thank you for presentation of me. And today really I'm MCC and ACTC, and I was the part of task force who developed team coaching competencies. That's why I'm really excited to deliver a masterclass about this. Before we start, as we are all coaches, do you have some kind of expectations according these topics? Maybe you want to have questions for your, or you want to have some answers to your questions or something like that. Could you type in the chat box, or maybe you could say about that? Because it is really important, not only for me to speak and ask what I prepared before, but to be actual for you also. If you have any questions, could you please put it in chat box, and I will try to answer them also, or we will discuss it. If not, okay, it's also okay, because I gave the opportunity. While you are typing, yeah, case studies or real life examples. Okay, I will. In team coaching, keen to know how the tools are applied in team settings. Okay, basic knowledge of applying in group coaching. I will. Basic knowledge will be, and tools. I could say tools or approach, or team transactional analysis as a tool, I would say. And about first, okay, will be. So our agenda for today, in any way, I hope we will cover it. First, how coaches can use transaction analysis in team coaching sessions. And really, it relates to the second competence. It's about coaching, I could say, flexible mindset. It's about third competence, because it's about contracting also from adult to adult. And it's about trust, fourth competence. And also it's about presence, because it is very important to understand what is going on, or to understand or to feel what is going on, and be able to choose and to your action, and to be able to intervene with something to the team. It's about presence, exactly. It's about deep listening, active listening, really, because we have to know which role is presenting now, and about awareness, for sure, to be able to communicate, yes, with the team. And it's about growth of the team, and it's about all our, I could say, interventions or interactions with the team is about moving forward and to develop the team. So we will talk about team transactional analysis roles for coach and for team, and about how could we be aware of dynamics, and what does it mean to be present. For sure, we will talk about all of that. And in the chat box, difference and application, team coaching and individual coaching. Oh, it's interesting, Pushpa. Okay, I will try to talk also about that. Just for us to be on one page, what is transactional analysis? I'm sure that many of you knows about it, but let us be in one page. The study of human interactions, and it was developed by Eric Berne. And transactional analysis looks on how we speak and respond to others, how we communicate with others from different roles, from different perspectives, and how we communicate openly and hiddenly, I would say. Also, team coaching practice from ICF perspective. It's a partnering in a co-creative and reflective process with the team and its dynamics and relationships in a way that inspires them to maximize their abilities and potential. So that's why in this webinar, we will talk about roles of coach, team, and even team members. And this is individual perspective, as you asked before. So we will say team members, team, and coach. About ego states, Eric Berne said that each human live in 3 different ego states. Ego states means it's like a set of our feelings, thoughts, and behavior at one moment. We could live and behave and think as a parent, a child, or adult. About parent, usually, maybe you will, and I hope you will hear something new from my own perspective or practice while talking about this theory. So when we act like a parent, we act as we think parents should behave. Not exactly our parents was that role model, but from our mind as parents should behave. And how do you think when this ego state evokes or arises in a person, when we start behaved like a parent? Could you answer? Maybe you could say not even right. What is more faster or what is more convenient for you? When people switched on their parent state? In chat, I will look at caring. Okay, okay, it could be critical for a parent when sense of having knowledge, when they become parents, when they become parents very close, and when we are advising with a parent, with this control, mentoring, protective, yes, we are in a parent state when we control, mentoring, protective, teaching, and others, and disciplining, yeah. And when we are talking about workplace, usually this state, we are become to be in this state when we feel accountability and responsibility for something. Responsibility, I could say, for something. You could imagine a person who has a very important project and he starts behave as a critical parent to everyone, or caring parent for his team working on that project too, for example. So when we start to feel responsibility for something, for some area, for some project, for people, for company, for everything, we automatically start to behave like parents. And we could be critical parent. What does it mean to be critical, by the way? Critical parent. How do you think? Micromanaging, maybe, but not always. Waiting for others to improve, yes. Authoritative, yes. Directive, yes. And improvement-oriented, yes. Instructive, author-creative, yes. And about micromanagement, we could be here, micromanager, but also as a nurturing or caring parent. We also could be a micromanager, yes, because we could want to support our people in very small details. That's why we could become micromanager as a nurturing or caring parent too. Finding faults, yes, if fault finding, yes. Okay. So otherwise, nurturing parent or caring parent, what do we do as we are nurturing or caring parent? Could you type it? Helping, parenting, supportive, yes, supportive, help development, protecting from everything, even from the wind, even from the sun, yes, listening, stroking, yeah, take over the wall, collaborative, yes, when we are nurturing parent. Okay, and it's also good states, yeah? Why not? So sometimes we should be critical to improve, to be able to ask from the people for their abilities. We should be critical, but at the same time, we should be nurturing. Great. About the child state. Usually, we step in the child state when we faced with some kind of border or some kind of edge, because we starting to deal with that border, and we could now here we could see adapted child. We could be adaptive to that border and not even go be close to it, or we could rebelling and fighting with that borders and trying to say and to improve and to prove to others that everything will be as I said. It's not a rule for me. It's not that rules, not for me. Everything will be as I said. Yeah, it's rebelling state of child when we find a border. And what does it mean to be a free child? Or what could you say? How they deal with borders or rules, for example, in free child, because usually we can hear that it's so great to be in free inner child. How how free childs deal with rules and borders? Testing boundaries, rebelling. They yes, free child spontaneous, free child creative, yes, open to ideas, yes, carefree, but carefree, yes, flexible and innovative. As you could see, we have positive and negative sides, risk-taking, curious, challenging, yes, and finding the balance. In free child state, we don't feel any border. We feel ourselves in a very care space, yeah? Without any borders, without any time, because we have time borders too at workplace. And it's very important, yes? Again, adapted child don't want even to touch borders. They try to do everything in time, ahead, and be a good child for everything, for everybody. Rebelling otherwise, trying to do everything in last moment, for example, yeah, or trying to put their own opinion ahead about others' opinions. And the free child don't think about any borders, about any time, about anything. But in this state, we could create adapted, always compellent, avoiding. Yes, yes, Sudha, yes. So, and also I want to notice that here, here, yeah, you could see from child state, usually we can hear from people, I want or I don't want. I don't want this coach. I don't want to go that direction. I don't like, want or like. I don't like this goal. Want or don't want. In parent state, we usually hear should, yes, from them. We should put a realistic goal. We should plan everything, or we shouldn't. We shouldn't be so, I don't know how, what could we shouldn't? We shouldn't be so optimistic, for example, from a parent state. So that's how we could clarify the role in which person or team is. And what could you say about adult state? Because very often, many authors say that adult is the best state for coach, for people, anything. How do you think? How people in adult state behave, or what do they think? Balanced, yes. Measured, they at choice, they could make choice, yes. Equal partner, rational. Knowing and understanding the wants and needs here and now. Yes, objectives, logical in their approach. Yes, that's all true. Inclusive, objective, negotiating between child and parent. They are negotiating a little bit, yeah, making it more inclusive, but they a little bit like robots. Because we have emotions in a state of parents. We could be angry, we could be careful, or something like that. We also have emotions in child state. Yes, also be angry, happy, in love, or something like that. In adult state, we could make choice, and we really see reality as it is, and we could understand that maybe something unpleasant we should do. And you really wrote about negotiating, yes, and we could negotiate. And from adult state, we could see what is happening from adult state. But we could not take challenge, yes, but we could not live our lives in adult state a little bit. And if you think when we are interacting with a team or a person, sometimes we have to feel, because we feel each other. Okay, it's something feeling. Okay, when we want to to bring trust in our relationships with a team or a person, we make it from the level of values or feelings, and the trust is a feeling. So that's why we should evoke feeling, and we could make it feeling by ourselves. So that's why not only as adults, we should be in our team coaching interactions. I want to close only that, only then I could, yes. And as you could see, how do you think, what negative points you could find in to be nurturing a parent for coach? What negative? Because we wrote a lot of positive characteristics. or nurturing? Overwhelming, yes. Overprotective. Yes. When we, as a coach, judgmental in our parent, any our parent state, we are judgmental, yes. When we are nurturing or caring, we want to give advice sometimes, or we want to make work of the team. The team should work or make steps by themselves. And sometimes it could be not very pleasant steps, or sometimes they don't want to make any new actions. And as a nurturing parent, we could think, oh, no, not this time. Not this time. Okay, I will write it by myself on the flip chart. I will make minutes by myself. Why not? I will send them a lot of additional information. Sometimes we could be overprotecting for the team. But what is good for us as a coaches to be nurturing parent, in a nurturing parent state. In a nurturing parent state, what could we do with the team? Why this state is very important for coaches? Empathetic listening. Yes, because from this state, we could feel what they want from us. Yes, as a caring parent, we could feel what team exactly wants from me right now. We couldn't feel it in adult state. Yeah, really. Only as a caring, we should put ourselves when we want. Okay, when we want, as a tip, when we want to find answer and to find great question in a situation when we don't know what to do, it is great to feel them from the nurturing parent, and the question will come to your head by himself. Really, I did it every time. And even sometimes I'm imagining that I hugging them and think, what do they really want from me? Yes, but we could not be in this state a long time, yeah? Just put yourself in that and then put yourself out. About critical parent. What pluses and minuses for coach to be in mood of critical parent? Okay, from pluses. What pluses? For coach, sometimes to be as a critical parent. We could challenge them, yes, goes beyond obvious, asking questions, set structure exactly in a critical parent and the adult also. Positive direct messages possible here, yes. And here from this state, sometimes, you know, that we are partnering with a team in setting their team rules and norms, as you remember from our competencies. But when teams set the norms and rules, who will look for them to be applied? Coach. And when we see inappropriate behavior during the session, for example, from their critical parent state, we could make feedback, for example, what is happening now? My dear colleagues, as I remember, we have a rule. Could you explain me what is going on here on the session now? Because we dealt that we will listen each other. So this state is also needed to the coach. Because from this state, we are in our right to say that things. But if we stay in critical parent for a long time, what is negatives of that? Because yes, constructive feedback, yes, direct message is possible, but what negative? Rebellion from their side to others. Yes, disengagement, typical defense from us, for example. Yes, directing. And sometimes we as coaches in a state of critical parent, we became facilitators, we became trainers, we became mentors, especially mentors, when we let us be in a critical parent for a long time. It's automatically, when we are critical parent, we take all responsibility for all process, and you are trying to move team forward. Okay, let's go to the child, please. When it is very important for us as coaches to be adaptive child, what is good in that state? And when it is needed for us? Adaptive child, because sometimes it is very great to be adaptive child. Curious, maybe curious as a free child a little bit, because adaptive, it's according rules, rewarding, yes, creative, curious. It's a child at all. It's a child at all. Acceptive diversity. Yes, we accept diversity as an acceptive child. Yes, why not? We are so different people. It's your opinion and it's your opinion. It's my opinion, only one of many others. Recognition need. It's maybe not very good, but a little bit negative. Understand where the team is. Yes, in a very important thing in adaptive, cooperative, yes, promotes exploration. A very important thing in a child ego state, we accept any decision of team. We're not rebelling with that. We don't think that it is very, we have a great idea about their decisions. In adaptive child mood, we accept diversity and we accept any decision of the team. And we give the team the responsibility for their path and moving forward in a child, because a child give the parent all the responsibility. Yeah, if we are in a child mood, we give the responsibility for their development to the team. Observe and learn, yes, the child also. But if we be in an adaptive child mood long, what will happen? What negatives here? If we will be as adaptive child long. Cheerleader, yeah. What else? If the coach said, okay, it's your space, it's your time, it's your goal, I want to be the perfect coach. Free fall position, lack of ownership, we may become as coaches, not accountability. Face authoritarian approach will not progress. Yes, there won't be progress there, and there will be directionless. Because if we are adaptive child, we say, okay, team, this is your soul, go as you could, and you can see as I saw. Not many, but maybe half of coaches want to be adaptive child because they want to go through the session directly, step by step, as they have been learned. Step by step. I want to be the perfect coach. one point, and they really give the space to the team before the team able to take the space. Because in our competencies, as you remember, we should step in the dialogue and step out from the dialogue when it is really necessary. And sometimes at the very beginning of our contract, team coaching contract, teams couldn't take space, free space. They won't be structured a little bit. So that's why we should take this state only partly. Yes, and we avoid conflict here. Yes, even if we see the conflict between team members or something like a conflict between us and the team, we avoid it. Yes, like we couldn't see it even. And it doesn't work. Okay, about rebelling and free child. About rebelling child, what's the good points for coach to behave and think as rebelling child? Can challenge them? Yes, really. Infant look for evidence. And sometimes we look for evidence in adult mood also. Confront. We could confront with them, evoke our perspective. Yes, we could confront with them, and we could also give feedback them, and we could challenge them, and we could give them energy from rebelling mood. And we also evoke different perspectives from them. So really, 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 and mirroring. And when I'm talking about energy, sometimes when the energy of team goes down, oh, we never could do that. Oh, it's too big goal. We've never achieved it. They become who? Adapted child, yeah? In that moment. They become adapted child when they, oh no, that border too high for us. In this moment, we could become a rebelling child and say, who says? Why do you think so? I don't know. We are champions. We could do that. So to be a rebelling child, also very important for coach to be sometimes. But if we be too long in rebelling mood, we could be too directive, yeah, too challenging. And what about free child? In what situations, how do you think it is very important for coach to become a free child? Well, I'm sorry, during the sessions. Generative thinking, creative thinking. Yes. A creative thinking, because experimenting, positive, being open to new ideas. Yes, because yes. I see the chat box, taking risks. Sometimes in rebelling mood, we taking risks. Also, in the free mood, it is very important for us, because if we want our team to be free, to create new approaches, to create new ideas, we should invite them. Because do you remember that team coaching and coaching at all about inviting, yeah? Not about pushing. ICF coaching, I'm talking about ICF coaching. Not about pushing, not about pulling, but about inviting. So to be able to invite team to the space of new ideas, we should be all already there. So we are invite team to the state of free child, being in the state of free child. Do you understand me what I'm trying to say? Thanks. because I have some thoughts that maybe it's not so clear. So that's why we need also this state. And please tell me, because I have not yet, I have pluses and minuses. What is good for coach to be in adult state? And what coach can do from the adult state? From the rational, faced with reality state. To be presence, yes. Be logical, inspire. I think to be inspired, we could, from adult state, we could switch on other states to be inspired. Yeah, take responsibility, summarize, collaborate. Yes, summarize. And be aware about dynamics in the team only from adult state. And here, to become in this state, also the tip from my practice. When I feeling that something is going wrong during this team coaching session, but I don't know what is exactly, I'm always asking myself a question. What is going on now? What is going on? And this, for me, this question puts me directly in the adult state. And I started to see their picture as exactly the picture with small figures. And I could see the dynamics, the system from the side. From adult state, we could see the system from the side. And we make decisions here about how to behave with the team. Very interesting from my practice. It was a team, and okay, it was 7 members of the team, and on one of the sessions became a new member, and we were talking about vision. And at the middle of the session, I started feeling that that new member irritates me. Really, I wanted to kill her. During the session, I said, oh, how stupid is she. I can't stand her. And it's not normal, yeah, for team coach. It's not normal. And I asked me, what is happening now? What is going on? And answer was, because I could not feel something without any reason. And you couldn't feel something without any reason. The answer was that 7 members were really aligned with a common vision, and they wanted to go there. And only one person, that new person, said, no, I don't agree with you. I don't want there. And they had to be stopped and talking to her and trying to agree with them. But it was a play from her perspective, yeah? It was a play because she wanted them to put attention to her. So in any way, in transactional analysis, I noticed that I became a parent, critical parent, according to that person. And when I said, what is going on, I become an adult and I saw the system. And after that, I returned this situation to the team. That may I share that I see that dynamic, that 7 people are aligned to that vision and only one person don't. What do you want to do with that as a team? What decision you want to make? And it helps. And that person who started to play games said, no, I will be as the team wants, something like that. use pause and silence to connect. So interesting. Okay, thanks. When I will, you could ask me maybe for other situations, or I will share if I remind them at the moment. So, but we could not be in an adult state all the time because we could not feel what is going on. Because also I know coaches that, for example, we should put or set the goal in the beginning of the session. And their coach asked the team, how do you think what the goal should be common for you and inspired you, and you want to achieve it in 6 months? And there are about maybe 10 people in the team, and every person started to talk, and coach had about 10 different opinions, and coach again asked, what do you think should be the one common goal for you? And again, and people are trying to communicate with each other by themselves, by couldn't. And at the end of that session, they said to coach that what was the benefit of having a coach. We could had such conversations by ourselves. And when coach went for me to me for mentoring, I asked him in what state she was. It was a woman. She said, I was an adult. I understood what was happening, but also I know that it's very important to set a goal. I said, no, you couldn't feel what they really wanted at that time. At that time, they really wanted to be united, and you should to help them to find one solution, not waiting and it is from them. So in adult state, we couldn't feel. And also, we are talking not only about the coach, talking about 3 states. We also talking about their team, while we are talking about 3 ego states, about parent, about child, and so forth. How many of us? 87.
87.
87 of us. I wanted I wanted us to go to breakout rooms for 10 minutes, if you don't mind. Ravi, could you help me, or should I do it by myself?
I'll do. How many?
Maybe
4 in...
about 8 persons
Okay.
by room. 8, 7, 9, so like that. And I really want you to summarize or think, what roles does the coach need? We already talked at what roles does the coach need to demonstrate during the session. But I want you to discuss the second questions. What roles need to be evoked in the team to make the team coaching session effective? And in what situation? Because not only the coach should be in different roles during the session, but also a team, and we should invite team. 10 minutes. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you. And really welcome back. Could you share with us from different rooms what was your thoughts for who will start? Maybe the first room
Okay.
or not?
Yeah, we can start. We can start. So, hi, Elena. This is Anup here. So, all my members of my room, please feel free to contribute. I'll share what I could gather, and we were around that piece. But honestly, 10 minutes was very less. We really felt that
Yes.
we need some more time around that. But under again one submission here, our understanding of transaction analysis and how it plays out during the coaching session is at a very superficial level. So we are also like learning um currently. So
Uh-huh.
what we discussed is that during the start of a coaching session, when coach is getting into a contracting stage, that is where it makes sense to be a combination of a parent, more so around critical and nurturing, balancing both the sides, so that the right kind of a contracting is done. During the coaching session, when goals have been finalized, or goals are also in the process of getting finalized, being a curious child throughout the session will benefit the client the most from a coach side, but at the same time leveraging the adult side to keep the goals smart, rationalized, and when needed, challenge and nudge the client. Uh, and towards the end, we also felt that when it comes to uh, you know somewhere setting up or setting up those boundaries, being a parent will be
Yeah.
better is what we felt. These are some of the situations that we were discussing. Not sure that I've covered anything, but
Yeah.
just requesting my room members also to share if there is something I've missed.
Yes.
Very well summarized, Anu. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Anu, thanks a lot. Elena, I have a question for you, if it's okay. Can I pop it right now?
Yes. Okay. And this one not Hannah. Yes.
Yeah.
Rising
Yes.
hand also.
Yeah. Then in our group, we kind of was thinking about saying that what hat that we wear in our day-to-day life when we interact in different kind of settings. And more or less, we kind of thought saying that most often that we wear the hat of a child, though we were kind of adult and we were kind of parents ourselves. But in coming to a team coaching session, we felt saying that one of those principles of coaching is we consider coaches as our equal. There is no power equation at all in that relationship. That it is a peer-to-peer kind of relationship, so that we are going to wear a hat of an adult and treat the other person as an adult. Number one. Second is that also goes along with the having an unconditional positive regards to our coachee as a coach. So that's also we felt that is very important. In a way, saying that what I'm telling is the moment we wear try to putting a parent hat, it is going to be a bit pedantic and what do I say? Like, talking down, or even though the word nurturing comes, even an adult can be a good space to nurture another adult. It is not necessary to have that power structure of a parent, or like on a receiving end of a child, right? That's what we thought. And the way that assumption also come from a team is a set of people assembled together with some amount of agency, and we are all coming together on our own individual will, right? Like we are going to work together. So it is not like a structure like a family per se, where I think in a family setup during that stage may be necessary to be that parent-child relationship. But team, I don't think so. It is necessary for that. We can be adults, treat others as adults without any power equation there, and have unconditional positive regards, and we can coach.
Yes. No. Yes, we could be. As we are talking about our position as a coach, we also, of course, we are in adult position, maybe 90% of the session, and as I said, we only maybe to 1 minute to 2 minutes. Yes, we are going to other positions. And about the team, also we want them to maybe to be flexible, yes, in their positions. Because when they feel free, they could create something, or when they feel, yes, as said, feel bored, they can become a rebelling and said, why not me? And we teach them, like I could say, we teach them to switch into different roles, but also about 80% they should be in adult mood. And Suparna, yes, am I right with the name?
Yeah, thank you, Elena. My question to you was that as coaches, I think the very first thing which you try to do is cultivate trust and psychological safety for our clients. And that's usually, the call there is to create a space of no judgment.
Yeah.
Which state do we invoke when we are doing this? I mean, that's my question to you.
I have no simple answer, if you don't mind.
No, that's okay.
Because when we talk about safe space and psychological space,
Yeah.
we talk about several parameters of that. Non-judgment, one of them, but we could be non-judgment in an adult state, yeah? 80% or 90% non-judgment. But also to feel themselves in a safe space for several people in a team, it could be very important to feel themselves protected. So that's why it is very important for them to feel maybe some kind of care from us about, is it okay with light for you? Is it okay with wind for you? Will it be okay, for example, and it is from care state, is it okay for you if I write with, for example, red color of the letters?
Okay.
It's some kind of care, and it is important also. Or for also, if we say about psychological safety, we are talking about their feeling as a free child, because in that safe space, they could create something, and they could be as themselves, as they and as they are in free child state. Not all the time, but if they want to say something as they really think, it's from the state of free child. So for them to be in a state of free child, it's very, as be said, child and parent linked with each other.
So then, to induce a state of free child as a predominant mode in the team, do we assume the position of a nurturing parent, or do we meet them as free child or free, that state? Do we invoke that state within ourselves?
Yes. We could play with that like a Lego game. If we feel that it's very important to be nurturing, don't care. I will check the time. You have enough time to create new idea. Just relax. We are nurturing. If we say, why don't us draw a little bit, guys? It will be great. So we are in a state of a free child, and we invite them. So it means that we could play if we're aware what they do need to be in a state of free child, because our goal to put them in a state of free child, for example. And after that, from the adult mood, we could choose what state do we need. We need to step in, to invite, or to care about them. I have no simple answer, but
No, there are no simple answers, but I'm just thinking aloud that we all have some predominant preferences or a state mode. I mean, as personalities, coach as a coach, outside the coaching fence also, we could lean towards, some of us could lean towards being more playful and spontaneous, and so that to meet the team to invoke the state, basically who we are, it's easier to trigger that state with the team. Maybe that's what I'm trying to.
Yes. But and it's a work for us. I
Watch
think.
out.
Yes,
Yeah.
to have a predominant state as adult in parallel. In my perspective, in my imagine of the world of transactional analysis, for example, I have a state of adult here on a meta mood, for example, from my perspective. And I think that's why it is very difficult to be a good coach, to be in two states in one time, to be an adult and a parent, and who will take us from the parent state? Adult will take, and always thinking what is going on, what always will be in present, but at the same time be really realistic in a child mood, in a parent mood. So in my picture, we have here adult, and that's why it is very difficult to be aware. Because when we are awareness, when we are aware, we are knowing what is going on and feeling, and so we are in this or that because we are feeling and knowing and making a choice at the same time. Knowing and making a choice, because sometimes we could know and feel what is going on during the sessions, but we couldn't do anything. I don't know, we like in a flow, because when we are in a flow, it doesn't mean that we are aware, because when we are flow, we couldn't make a choice what to do. So I hope I answered.
Thank you very much. My takeaway from this is, that with transaction analysis, it's a constant state of observation, self-observation for us as coaches, outside the, I mean, it's a constant state of observation. I mean, not just in the coaching session, not just in team coaching, but otherwise, life as it happens. We're constantly, checking in, which mode am I, responding to, or which mode am I triggering?
Yes,
I mean,
and that's why it will be so easy to be natural at coaching sessions or team coaching sessions. And that's why, and the transactional analysis helped me a lot to make to become an MCC, because my goal was to deliver sessions not thinking about competencies at all. Really, if you ask me about 7.4, 7.5, I couldn't answer you what does it mean. Because my goal was to be nature at the sessions, and I want them to be our coding competencies, and transactional analysis helped me a lot in that.
And Elena, so TA is largely Dr. Thomas Harris, his work, but he draws from the work of his teacher, who's Dr. Eric Byrne, who has authored the book Games People Play. So the games which are being constantly played in real life or in organizations or within teams, do you think that we need a better understanding of typical games and the psychodynamics which are there, like to be able to catch it out? The way you're doing it?
I hope we will hear for 2 or 3 points from our colleagues from different rooms, and then I hope I will have 5 minutes to say a little bit about games.
Thanks.
So our dear colleagues from 4 or 3 our rooms, please, could you add something to our discussion? Please, because we had 2 presentations or something like that. Do you want to add something or not?
Okay, I was from room number 5, and we were 6 of us. We discussed about in a team coaching, the coach needs to have the awareness in the sense or the objective of the goal, basically a goal of the coaching, and then to have that awareness always, and then start from the child level, so that because in terms of knowledge wise, the coaches are at a different level, so it's better to start at their level as a child, probably as free as well as adaptive, and then take them along to the adult level,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then
Yes.
keeping in mind the objective of the coaching, and then act as a facilitator if needed, if there are any distractions in between.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and as you could see, we have a different perspective of using transactional analysis, yes, in team coaching now, from different room, different perspectives. And this also could be, yes, thanks. And another? Or you could say, no, thanks. We don't want to add, and I will be free then. No, could we move or not? It's very important.
We were in room 4.
Uh-huh.
And what we felt was that the starting point there's a need for a mix, but predominantly it would be added because you need to bring about, people have come there with a certain objective. It is not that it's something which is totally undefined, and there is a common goal. And so to start off, that the primary role that would be evoked would be the adult role.
Mm-hmm.
But where there's a need for either sticking to rules or giving some direction where it is required, there could be some movement to the parent role. And where required again to broaden the thinking or whatever, it could move to a child role, but predominantly it would be an adult sort of role that would be evoked.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thanks. And who else wants to add? And I will summarize, and we will move. Okay, I will start summarizing. If you want to add something, you will. From the perspective of the team, the second questions. It is very important for them to be aware, yes, to be in adult mood of what is going on during the session and make it choices. And that's why every time when we ask team, where do you want to go for the new topic or for the old topic, or when we ask them, for example, could you hear that new topic rising here? Do you want to switch to it? Every time they become an adult because it is they make choices and they evaluate different perspectives. We really need them, as I said, to be as a free child when we want them to create unusual decisions. We want them to become a rebelling child when we want them to be able to motivate by themselves. And and if we want them to be able to challenge themselves, and that's why sometimes we want them to be a rebelling child, because sometimes we have very, very adapted teams, and they ask us, what do you say, coach? What we will do as our, for example, boss said, and they have no initiative, no motivation, nothing. That's why we need them to put a little and use a little bit rebelling. And also we want them to be adapted as we to the diversity. We want them to be accepting to the diversity of their opinions, of other things, and they want them to be adapted also for the rules set it by themselves. As we agreed, nothing personal. We want them to be adaptive also for that. And for their, maybe for the approach of team coaching, if they decided that they work in team coaching, we decided. We also want them to be a critical parent because we want them to have responsibility according what is going on in a coaching session and according goal. We want them to in a critical mood. We want from them comments about what risks do we see. And we want somebody, for example, to say, I'm not agree with you because I'm afraid we lose that game, for example. And we say, thanks God that we had such critical point. It means that that person have responsibility and feel responsibility according what is going on. And another what we will do with that comment. And we want them sometimes to move to the nurturing, caring parent according each other. When they feel what is happening with their colleagues. For example, how could we support you today? How do you feel today? People ask these questions not from rebelling mood, free mood, adapted mood, critical mood, yeah? They ask that questions from the caring mood. What do you feel? Is it okay for you? How could I support you? From caring mood. So that's why we want them also be able to travel from state to state. And if we go back to Eric Berne, he said that it is very important for not normal, but people in harmony to live in all these three states, because usually we choose one state and spend a lot of time in it. For example, in parent or in child or in adult. But in a normal picture, people are able to travel from one to another. And we should be able to travel as coaches, and only then we could invite team members travel. Only then. If we will work from the parent perspective every time, we couldn't even imagine, even think to invite them to the another state. And about a little bit about place, not exactly place, but I think the very important underground rules for us. First rule, it's parallel transaction can last long. Adult with adult, we could speak and we could work very effectively with a team. For example, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. It's reality, it's facts. Here you could say. Also, parent with parent could speak much time about their children or problems or everything. And also, child with a child, we could play games with the team and the child, as a child with a child, but we will have no result. And also, the most bad, I could say, mood for us, child parent also, it's a parallel transactions also. And we could be parent for the team. Team could be in child mood, and we could be in a parent mood. And it's not good situation. So if we will be in that trap, we could work with the team, but we will have any changes in it. Cross transactions. For example, when we say to the team and say, what are your goals? What would you want to achieve? And they say us, oh, again, that coaches. It's not from adult to adult, and we don't know what to say, because cross transactions are very short, and it is our responsibility to change the situation. Usually, I prefer to. I started to forget English words. In this situation, for example, what are your goals on? Oh, that's coaches again. It was in my practice, and in this situation, it is the best way to join them in the child mood and then to invite to the adult mood again. For example, I worked with a huge international oil company, and I made interview with one of their board members. And when I came to him and asked, what challenges do you see in a teamwork? He said me, oh, yeah, really? Oh, that's again a coach. Do you know that you are the third coach? The third? It was the first time when I heard about it. I get, who was before me? And he answered, it was French woman, it was a coach from England, and now you. And I said, okay, you from the child mood. I said, okay, you had no Russian coaches before. Everything will be different. Again, what challenges do you have in your team? So I responded from the child mood as a joke, and I showed him, okay, I could joke, and we could, if you want, we could continue in such way, but please be adult, answer my question. So my tactic is to join and then invite to appropriate mood. If somebody will say you, not all that coaches, for example, oh, we have so many challenges in our company. It's so difficult to work in our company. So he will invite me to the parent perspective, for example. And I will say, yeah, don't even say. It's so difficult economic situation in the world at all. But we will talk about it after our session. Could you share with me your challenges, for example? So join and then correct. And the third, it's about, wait, I'm sorry. It's about games, hidden transactions. It doesn't matter what do you say. It is matter how do you say. Because I believe you know that 83% of information we send from the unverbal mood. It's not, doesn't matter what do you say. For example, just imagine the situation. Husband came to their come home late. So, and his wife asked, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Verbally, it's very great. But at the really, she said, you are late. And he said, I don't care. It's 10 o'clock. So that's why if we feel that something wrong, it means that people want to play with us. They during coaching sessions, they could say something right, but at the same time, they could say, oh, coach again. And that the more important, what do you feel they say than what they exactly say. And only if you feel that something wrong here, something wrong, what if you have that words in your head, please ask yourself, what roles do we have here? What is happening now? And maybe you will find that you are not adult and adult, maybe you're parent and child, maybe child and child, and you feel excitement. I don't know. I think it's the most important thing that we need to know about plays, because there are a lot of plays. Okay, it's our questions. We have no exactly time for them. That I wanted you to have. What our steps? Analyze which roles you and the team member play. We should do it, and try to be aware of what when it is difficult situation, what is happening. And when you understand the roles, for example, I'm a parent, they child, ask yourself, is it exactly what I want, or is it exactly what will be the best for the team or not? Maybe it will be the best when we want them to create something unusual or not. If not, what could I do, and what should I do, or what won't I do? I don't know from which state do you ask yourself, but do I really want to change something or not? If yes, what could I do? And more about games in the book. Thank you. And I'm in time. I'm really in time. 1 minute left. Thank you so much. I hope that the goal of this webinar was achieved. The main goal was to evoke a little bit more awareness of what is going on during team coaching sessions, and invite you to investigate transactional analysis more. Thank you so much for that. And in chat, excellent session. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Oh, so blessed. Thank you. And thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you.